Rich Rising, sending lots of love, light, warm, healing vibrations. I done been wearing my scarf so much as of lately, especially at work where I feel naked without having a scarf on. It protects, I don't know, I just feel like it helps with aided protection on my crown chakra, especially with the energies people be throwing, and then just like psychic attacks that people try to place on me, you know. But I'm not allowing anything that isn't my energy to stay. Anything that does not belong to me is not welcomed. Anything that is not mine has to go back to its original sender. Um, you want to know what's so funny? So that's what's about to be the title. I didn't even know what to title this live because this is just going to be a quick, guided, channeled message. Um, on the freeway, I seen I don't know if it was like a beer truck or something, but it said mark of a fighter, mark of the fighter, mark of a fighter. So basically, having the warrior spirit within you and knowing what to fight for, what to fight against, what to just allow. You know what I mean? It's the energy of just knowing. I was told, because I was also running out, so maybe this would be helpful to anybody who uses these certain tools with their spiritual cleansing and their spiritual hygiene. Palo Santos, I ran out literally yesterday, so this is my new one for right now. I need to stack up on it. And then Florida water. I was running low. I use it at home. I use it at work. Like people will see me just spray mist in the air. Just it helps with cleansing and it helps with keeping your energy light. I pray that this information is useful to someone or somebody. But use at your own discretion. Use your own discernment. Don't do it because I do it. What may work for me may not work for you, and what may work for you may not work for me. But let's get into it really quick. Anybody who's clicked on this video, anybody who's been guided to this video, this live, I pray for your protection, your healing over your mind, your body, your soul, your vessel. I pray for health, wealth, prosperity. I pray for serenity, courage, and wisdom. I pray that you are able to accept hardship as the pathway to happiness and understand that everything serves a purpose. Nothing goes without nothing goes without its time. Everything plays a role. Whether you understand it right now, you understand it later, or maybe you won't receive the understanding. I wonder why this Palo Santos is popping like that. Maybe you're popping whoever you are. And people can see it, people can feel it. And if people are paying attention to you more than you think. I'm going to take a moment to lift anybody up in prayer. I knew I did a little quick one, but most times I get ready to channel these messages, please allow them to be clear and concise. Please allow me to speak without hesitation, to speak with confidence, to channel everything to the best of my ability, because sometimes my thoughts, they come to me so fast that I'm not able to get out the words as efficiently or as accurately as possible. Anybody throwing any evil eye, any black magic, hexes, curses, I ask that you return it back to sender tenfold. I ask that you make it fall down. I ask that any energies that are allowed to stay, you allow me to alchemize and transmute for my highest possible good. I pray that anybody who has been in need, that they know to come to you, to be vulnerable with you, because I had to go through my season. I had to learn because you taught me, instead of being vulnerable on camera, instead of being vulnerable online, I need to come to you and be vulnerable. I need to get my relationship right with you and become stronger in my commitment, in my obedience, in my servanthood of just owning and honoring the fact that you are my master. Nothing in this world, no person, place, or thing could ever compare or come close to you because you are everlasting life. I pray that anybody who has been struggling, anybody who has been needing help, that they turn to you in their time of need, not just in their time of need, but always, that they rejoice and they understand that no weapon formed against them will prosper. Even if it forms, it will not come close to them, it will not touch them. But they also need to keep boundaries. They need to stay awake. They need to be aware. They need to remain conscious. They need to pay attention to what's going on around them as well as what's within them. 555 was just for the video, so let's get started. I have ashes all up in through here. I just put it on my seashell for now. What do I want to start with? I'll start with tarot, animal tarot. Six of Swords is at the bottom, and it's interesting because it's despondency, healing, and I forget what else, but bottom line is all these swords, you're fighting through the darkness. You got to keep your inner light on at all times, even if it gets dim. Don't be afraid to own who you are. See things through, because there's always going to be a lesson within the experience, and if you allow it to turn into a blessing, it will. The difference between angels and demons, one comes to bless the energy, another comes to curse the energy, but either way, there's still lessons to be learned from both. You know what I mean? Continue to push through, because even though there will be swords that come to get into your skin, sneak attacks, betrayal, heartbreak, heartaches, letdowns, people trying to throw you off track, people trying to distract you, people trying to take you out of alignment, hold steady and hold truth to your vision, okay? Them cards just flew. Was it one or was it two? Actually, how many cards is this? So you got the Strength, Justice, Page of Cups. So right off the bat, what's so funny is when I even started this live, I was thinking about the word strong, strength. Somebody told me yesterday I'm strong, right? And the thing what most people don't realize about strong people, we break, we get tired, we fall down, we fall short, we get overwhelmed, we get exhausted, we go through so many emotions, but all people see is our resilience sometimes. And even though you're strong, there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Sometimes it's hard to be vulnerable because you're so used to saying, oh, well, through your darkest times, or eating whatever life throws at you and keeping it moving, keeping it pushing. Like other people, when they see you, they don't see your weaknesses. You know what I mean? Because you turn your weaknesses into strength. But the thing about being strong is it is okay to be vulnerable with the right people, especially with God, especially with spirit, especially with your angels, ancestors of the highest possible good. Because the thing about strength is, in order to remain strong, in order to remain resilient, in order to remain in that energy that you embody, that you possess, that you radiate in, that you vibe at, that you put out, right? You also have to be real. Strength doesn't come without weakness, right? The only thing is you learn to alchemize and transmute. You turn weaknesses into strength. But there's nothing wrong with being strong as well as being weak in the moment. You get tired, and tiredness is not a sign of defeat. Overwhelmingness is not a sign of, you just getting ready to throw in the towel. It's you being present enough to feel these emotions and seeing it and knowing it for what it is. Because sometimes we can sell ourselves short. Sometimes we overly commit. Sometimes we take on more of a workload than we need. Sometimes we have too many obligations, and you have to be real with yourself. Sometimes you have to cut back. Sometimes you have to say, you know what, even though I'm strong and even though I can handle this, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I have to pour back into me, I have to take a step back, I have to reassess my values, and I have to reassess my commitments and my goals, and just hone in on yourself. There's nothing wrong with being strong, but at the same time, you have to have a balance. What is weakness without strength? What is strength without weakness? And everything in between as well. So, and then you get tired of being strong all the time. Sometimes you just want a minute to be still. Sometimes you just want a minute to be yourself. Like, if you remove certain characteristic traits, if you remove certain, just energies, like, who are you without all of that? Like, that's the energy that you have to keep yourself grounded in, because even a strong person has a breaking point. Even a strong person can start enforcing and keeping up healthy boundaries, where it is self benefiting, self serving, because it's like you give so selflessly to, I'm assuming it's people, places, and things around you, or sometimes you allow yourself to take the back seat, but start being vulnerable. That's the word that I'm using, vulnerable, because I don't even want to say weak. It's just the truth of the reality is, the truth of the matter is, even strong people get tired. Doesn't mean it takes away from you being resilient or you being strong. That comes with the territory, that comes with life. So then your next card was justice, okay? The scales are balancing. If you see the sword, it's in the middle, which means it is a solid foundation. Neither of the totems or balance scales or whatever it's called, neither of them is higher than the other. They're both on an equilibrium where it's in the middle. So it's having middle grounds and understanding that God is all seeing. God is taking care of everything, everyone at all times. And there's nothing that you can hide from him. So there's no reason to even try. Whatever has been going on behind closed doors, whatever has been going on outside of closed doors or open doors or out loud or privately or quietly, it's going to work out and serve you for your highest possible good. It's a matter of you shifting your perspective and understanding and knowing that it's already done. You believe it, you think it, you see it. That's how it comes into fruition. You have to allow nature to run its course, because everything serves a purpose. And then the Page of Cups is basically salt of the earth living, keeping a humble attitude, keeping a humble mindset, just remaining grounded. I'm very spiritual, but the thing about it most people don't realize is you have to have just as much groundedness to keep a balance. Like, don't get so caught up in the 5D to where you're not present in the 3D, because sometimes I can drift, and then sometimes, people notice it, and sometimes I be in my own little world, my own little bubble. That spirit has to bring me back down to reality. He needs me to be present and paying attention to what is going on around me as well as within me. Everything serves a purpose, so just make sure you are paying attention to your mind, your body, your soul. Your body will alert you. Your nervous system will communicate to you. People, places, and things will talk to you. People will reveal themselves to you. And when you understand the power that you carry, the power that you possess, you'll be able to see through things, illusions, mask, manipulation. Like, nobody will be able to deceive you. You know what I mean? 1-1 in the chat. Sending you lots of love, light, warm, healing vibrations. Thank you for tuning in. Just a quick little message before I clock in for work. Okay, so that's what I have for the Animal Tarot. This is going to just be a quick little message, and then I'm probably going to take a break. I'll be back next week. I try to stay consistent, because that's what I've been guided to. Animal Oracle. What does the mark of a fighter need to know? Or what do they know? What do they need to know in regards to having the mark of a fighter? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thanks. I might not even be on here that long. Okay, so you got 3 cards. At the bottom is Otter, and it says devotion. And look how he's just so like, he's present. You can tell he's present in the moment. There's water behind him, so I'm pretty sure he's grounded, because when you're near water, in water, it just does something to your body. Cleansing, healing, rejuvenating, restoring. But he's very like, you can tell he's enlightened, and he's looking towards something. You know what I mean? So maybe you need to embody the energy of the otter. Devotion. Like, be devoted. Whether it's to yourself, to your goals, you know, whatever your values and your passions are. Okay. So first card is Crow. So it's something about birds that you need to pay attention to. Order. The crow represents a power struggle with someone of order or authority. If you pull this card, it means someone is enforcing their power over you. It might be time to enforce your boundaries and create order in this tough relationship dynamic. The crow indicates there might be someone in your vicinity that is trying to control or manipulate you into getting their way. Be sure that you always assess others before lowering your guard and your boundaries, or you may be taken advantage of. It may be time to hold judgment and create order if things have become chaotic or unstable. Never let anybody enforce their control or power over your free will. Always remain in authority of your own decisions, or you may end up seeing signs from your nervous system that something does not feel right here. Ensure to create order through balanced interactions with others. So, I said something earlier about nervous system. Thank you so much. I said something earlier about the nervous system communicating to you and letting you know if something, you know, is off, something isn't right. And I also said that in my last live. I forget what the title of it was, but oh, what if? And this one is going to be Mark of a Fighter. So the thing about being strong, right? People think because you're so strong that you're immune to attacks. And truth be told, you're resilient. So you push through. Like what I said earlier about, I think it was the Six of Swords that was at the bottom of the Animal Tarot deck. And it's like, so even though they throw knives or they put knives in your back or put knives in your heart, you still keep pushing. They're waiting for you to fall at defeat, to, you know, collapse, to get overwhelmed, to get exhausted, to feel like you can't continue to push forward. But the thing is, you keep moving. And so sometimes when you embody that energy, it calls a lot of attention to you. Not that you're intentionally or subconsciously doing it, but it's just something where it comes with the territory of being strong. People are going to want to see you fall because they get envious or they get jealous that they don't have the embodiment of that energy that you do. So just pay attention again to what's going on within you as well as around you, because if somebody comes to you smiling and they're trying to show that they're a friendly face, you know what I mean? A smile does not mean that they are coming with pure intentions, let alone good intentions. A smile does not mean they're coming to be friendly. A smile does not mean they're coming to, you know, help you. A smile can be very deceiving because all you have to do is take that smile in the upright position and turn it upside down, and then you can see people for who they truly are. I'm not saying everyone is like that, but usually when people come at me, they come with a smile. Sometimes they come just as they are, but usually they come with a smile because they know if they came with the hidden agenda that they have behind their smile, if they came with that straightforward head, just right off the bat, they're not gonna get any kind of room to even act upon whatever their intentions are. So it's like, okay, if they dress it up, they cover it up, they mask it up, they use a disguise, maybe they'll be able to get you to a vulnerable position, which is why I said earlier, the thing about being strong is you do have some weaknesses, but you turn around and you use those same weaknesses as strength, or spirit does it for you, because the saying is, he will use your enemies as a step stool. Um, who can be against you when God is for you, is what is coming to mind. So it's like when they attack you, they don't even understand. They're going up against God. So that's not even a battle for you to be trying to defend your name, defend your character, tell the truth. These people don't care. They just don't want you in the position that they see you in, because they don't see it, they don't have it. It's not for them. You know what I mean? Just because somebody says I love you, just because somebody sends like heart eyes, it doesn't mean that that's really how they are. That's really how they feel. People are very misguiding. This is a very deceiving world that we live in. So you always have to pay attention to the energies, because your body is going to pick up on things that sometimes aren't being easily spoken. You know what I mean? But if you pay attention and you listen, you'll be able to pick up on it too. Um, Peacock came out. Yes, exactly. Time is where you are. Ego. So make sure you're not leading with ego. If you lead by spirit, it's going to get you so much further. Um, but even with this peacock, if you pay attention to the peacock's eyes, whatever it's locked in on, it's about to handle its business. It's not playing no games. And then even all the feathers, I'm looking at it as evil eye protection. You know what I mean? Even though it's a part of the bird, it's very miraculous how things can be used to aid us even without our knowledge, because it's just something we go to, or it's a natural remedy, or it's a natural, it's something that we do on the regular. Praying, for example, when you pray, you don't think you're being heard or you're being listened to, or it's gonna come to you, but it will if you are obedient, if you are serious, if that is your normal go-to. You know what I mean? Rich Rising. Let me see really quick because I gotta hurry. I feel like today is gonna be an easy, quick day. We ain't gonna be here all day because 4th of July is tomorrow. I'm talking about work. The peacock. Ego. The peacock is a beautiful, superficial bird that radiates its tail feathers in order to receive attention. The peacock knows it looks good, and it uses its looks to its advantage to attract whatever it desires. The peacock has a huge ego, and when it cannot use its superficial looks to get what it wants, it will suffer. If you bruise a peacock's ego, it can cause it to have a lot of pride and may lead to an ego death. If you come across someone in this energy, it must be noted they are very immature and have a lot of growing to do spiritually. We are conditioned by society to admire beauty. However, true beauty comes from within and radiates outwardly. A peacock is yet to learn that its beauty is only skin deep. If you pluck it of its beautiful feathers, the layers beneath reveal an insecure spirit that has not much else to offer than its beauty. The admiration a peacock receives sometimes causes it to be arrogant, stuck up, and at times egotistical. Do not feed the peacock's ego. The guidance is to humble this energy and teach it humility. So the first thing that came to mind was keeping a humble spirit. It's nothing wrong with being appreciative or proud about, certain things that you have or you carry. But if you understand that true beauty comes from inward, it shines inward, outward, you are already in the right headspace. You're already on the right path, because a lot of people think that outside things or physical things or materialistic things speak volumes, when in reality it speaks louder about insecurity than it ever could comfort. You know what I mean? So many people have a luxurious lifestyle, and I'm speaking in terms of materials, where they live in the fancy houses, they drive the most fanciest cars, they have commas in their, bank accounts, but they're not at peace. They're not happy. They are valuing and idolizing superficial aspects, money, building, places, things. Like, the whole point of living is to have the human experience and to understand how spirit walks with us and how spirit will talk to us and spirit will guide us if we open ourselves up and we allow spirit to have us, allow us to have a better connection with ourselves as well as with spirit, because spirit lives within us. We all have a spirit. Anything that is breathing, anything that carries life, anything that possesses energy is a spirit within itself. It was something I was going to say, but it left. Maybe it'll come to me later. Yeah, boundaries. Keep up boundaries because they help with you protecting yourself and protecting yourself to the best of your ability. Healthy boundaries. Healthy people have healthy boundaries, and even toxic people understand boundaries. They just don't like them. So, goes both ways. And then the last card is the Phoenix Ascension. So whoever you are, wherever you are, you're going through elevation. Not everybody gets to walk that path. Not everybody gets to experience that. But you are. Lucky you, right? The Phoenix Ascension. The Phoenix rises from ashes after chaos and destruction, breaking free from conflict and toxic environments, rising above every challenge. A phoenix rises fiercely in the ether to represent the ascension of overcoming lower vibrational energy, the closing of a cycle or chapter that brings with it drama, chaos, anxiety, fear, stress, and ascending to a higher vibration at the frequency of peace, bliss, euphoria, enlightenment, and love. If you have risen like the phoenix in your life, you may have pulled this card because your spirit guides are recognizing your strength, determination, and persistence to overcome recent challenges you were faced with. The divine guides its toughest battles. The divine gives its toughest battles. I wanted to say the divine guides its toughest battles. So you're being guided through your toughest battles, okay? I will repeat it again correctly. The divine gives its toughest battles to its strongest warriors. Oh, and that just comes back full circle to the title, which is the mark of a fighter. I don't know if that was like an orb or what that just went up, but not only did you come out of the fire unscathed, but you are leaving your enemies, haters, and opposition dumbfounded in the wake of your glow up. Keep rising, child of the earth. Your journey was not for the faint of heart, and your progress has been recognized in the spirit realm. You have graduated through your soul's lessons and are on the right path. And I see stuff floating. All right, I pray that this message resonates with someone. Sending you lots of love, light, healing vibrations. Have a blessed day. Anything of lower vibrations that is not my energy, I return it back to sender tenfold. I don't even know why people come on here trying to play with me. They try to come in as I was just talking about disguises, so make sure you guys don't get tricked out of your spot. People come in with masks, people come in with friendly faces, people come in with welcoming energy, but then they be on the wrong side of the fence. Do not play with God. He is going to make an example every time out of non-believers. The only thing I fear is spirit. The only thing I would ever put my trust in is spirit. Okay? Namaste.